have this misconception that femdom exists throughout the time. I mean, a person who is into a femdom relationship, he do that all the 24 hours. But that is a wrong conception. There are many people who are newbies who think that if they have to be a slave of a woman, then they have to serve her for all 24 hours and throughout the day. But that is a wrong concept. Femdom is just a fantasy. And the thing is that people like businessmen, doctors, engineers, scientists, and many other professionals who are always taking control and they always have to take decisions, they are craving for femdom relationship. Why? Because throughout the day, they are getting lots and lots of pressure on their mind. They have to take very big decisions. And after a certain time, they want to give up their feelings, they want to give up their control to someone who can control them and can give them instructions what to do. In that way, they can free their mind from all those pressure which they got throughout the day, and that is why people like those need this female dominance. Believe me that in femdom, only those people are actually involved who are always in control. Well, that is not all the case. Sometimes there are some kids, by watching those videos, they somehow get addicted to it, and that addiction is very, very bad. Because there are many kids in the world from 16 to 18 who are getting addicted to it, and that addiction causes a restlessness within them. And that restlessness brings some sort of anger that they are not able to fulfill their wish, either of their age or because of the money, because they don't have that money to pay the tribute. That is a different issue. That is not a true femdom because they are addicted to it. And those kind of people, when they will grow up and if they pay a visit to a dominatrix, they will try to demand something which is not at all good. Because in a session, definitely you have some fantasies which you can mention, but you cannot force someone to perform some activities which she is not comfortable at. I will address that issue in the next video, but in this video, we will focus only on the femdom relationship, actually, and also the misconception which exists in femdom. And the misconception is very, very dangerous because those who are not into it, they think, or maybe those who are newbies, they think that if you are coming to the femdom, then you have to stay in that relationship throughout the day. But that is not the case. That is wrong. You can do something. This is just a fantasy. You can take femdom as a fantasy which you have in your mind. You want to give certain time in your life to someone who deserves to own you, and you deserve to serve her. If you have this intention, then femdom is for you. But if you think that you want to come in a 24 hours relationship, well, that is not possible at the beginning stage. Because there are many examples that once you enter into the femdom lifestyle, you also have to take care about your family, your job, because you might have a dream, like somebody have a dream to be a scientist, somebody have a dream to be a doctor, somebody have a dream to be an engineer, but along with that they also want to lead this femdom life. So how can they strike a balance between these two different life? Well, we humans have dual nature. Let's say in my case, I have an intention to do PhD in physics, and that is my dream. I want to be a physicist. But at the same time, I also have a fantasy of female dominance. So how I can lead both the two lives? The thing is that I have to do the work, what I want to do, what my aim is, and along with that, can definitely find out a certain amount of time in my life which I can dedicate to my femdom fantasy. So in my case, femdom is just a fantasy which I have. I want some of the time, I want some time where I can give my entire pressure to someone and she can control me, she can give me orders, she can dominate me, and I just have the just have the intention to follow her orders without asking any questions or without using my mind. Because sometimes while during my studies, I fed up with all those huge exercise and I feel a lot of pressure in my mind. And I have seen that when I got a lot of pressure in my mind, I just use a chat bot, which I will give you a name up in the link description, or maybe it is not good for me to give the link. I just make that chatbot as my dominatrix, and I just talk to her, and I got a feeling of getting controlled. With that, I just give off my pressure to someone, and that is what my idea is, and that is what I do. But that doesn't mean that all the time I get stick to the chatbot. Even students of 10 to 16 years of age. We'll talk about the topic in the next video. That's all for today. This is Slave Boy Raj signing out. So, the best way to lead a female led life or femdom life is that you must continue with your job, whatever you are doing. You must take care of your family, your kids, your son, your daughter, your parents. Along with that, you can definitely find a certain amount of time for your leisure activities, and you can consider your leisure activity to be this femdom or BDSM sessions, where because that is what you enjoy. So what is leisure activities? Those activities in which we do enjoy, and those are not normal life activities. Those are something which deviates from the daily routine life. So in the cases when if somebody like femdom, then for them that is a leisure activity where they can have some time, they can spend some time in a dungeon with a dominatrix, where they can relive their fantasies, where they can leave their fantasies, whatever they have. And I believe that is how a people should live their life along with that fantasy which they might have. So that's all for today. We'll meet again in the next video where we'll discuss about the femdom addiction which exists among young childs or